today is a good day because today I'm getting my port out. But first, we gotta go feed the animals. Alright, let's go feed the goats. The goats. Huh? If you're wondering what a port is, it's that. So when I went into the hospital to get chemo, instead of putting it through the IV, which would not be good for the IV because there's just such a large amount of chemo that they had to push in, they just push it in through the port instead. So the port out is kind of a big deal for me because it kind of makes it a little bit more official. Like, my body has recovered enough. The chance is small enough where it's okay to get the port out. Usually it doesn't happen for a couple more years, but since I'm young and I kind of pushed for it a little bit, they kind of made an exception for me. Now it's time to go feed the pigs.
Thank you.
What? Okay. So they just started getting to the point where they let us pet them. Really only when they're eating, otherwise they're not interested at all. But we figured if they're gonna start to have some babies, they're gonna have to start to get used to us. Although Wilbur still doesn't really have it. Little guy here, he doesn't like to be touched though. All right, we're here, going in. Guess this is it. See you after the surgery. All right, it's out. And actually way less painful than I thought it was gonna be. It went really well. Well, a few hours later, already back at the farm. It was actually a fairly painless procedure. It's a little sore, but I'm super excited to have that poured out. You know, it just kind of symbolizes the end of a chapter for me. And because of that, I found myself at a farm now. Go figure. And what better way to celebrate than with a fire, right? No.
So I bought those circle pads and I planted them here and here. And it doesn't look as voluptuous as when I sprinkled the seeds. However, it probably is a more, you know, it's how you're supposed to plant them because then they probably have like proper nutrients not being on top of each other. But I like it when there's a lot. So I don't know. We'll see as we go if this looks good. But I mean, I could almost make a little salad with what I have here. Back when we first started dating, we used to have a bottle of champagne for all of our celebrations, like our anniversaries, and we would always you know, pop the champagne. It was always fun. This is like probably one of the most epic ones because for me it's been kind of like the shadow over us, because if it would have come back in the last 2.5 years, then it would have been a bone marrow transplant. He would have been in the hospital for a month, and it was always kind of in the back of my mind. But this, for me, is a huge weight.
Cheers.
No, I'm not.